welcome to another Parts Factory installation tutorial video. Today I'm working on this 2007 to about 2013 Hyundai iX35. Specifically, we're going to be doing the master control switch in the driver's side of the door. Super duper common problem, guys. We're sending at least 2 or 3 of these a day Australia wide, so you can imagine how many are breaking all around the country and worldwide. It's a fairly straightforward job. The door card's going to have to be pulled off. The back of the master switch will come down from inside underneath the door card. Probably be some screws. Not sure if there's some plastic welds, but we'll work it out as we go. I'm expecting this job to take around 15 minutes in total. Now guys, if this is a part you're interested in, I'm going to chuck the link at the top left hand side of the screen and in the bottom of this bio. That way you can cruise onto the website, check it out. We offer free express post throughout Australia, getting it in 1 to 2 business days max, so delivered to your door. And you can imagine the potential savings coming through us, considering Hyundai might charge you about $400 for this part, and then the dealership might even charge you upwards of $300 to $400 just in labor alone to install it. So yeah, you can imagine doing it yourself is going to save you $600-700 if you come through us. Alrighty guys, let's jump straight into the job. Alright, so first things first, before you start, we're going to pull this trim piece off this door handle. If you have a look down here, you'll see a little tab that you just put a little flat screwdriver. It'll expose that Phillips head screw there. You've got this little trim here. You pop that off, stick it on the floor. There might be a screw behind that, but I'm going to take out these two first and see how we go. This Phillips head here. Trying not to drop them and lose them. Sticking them on the floor there. Same thing here. See if you can grab it with your hand. You should just be able to pop this door handle like that, and of course that'll pop off. Same thing in here, you've got a little Phillips head. If you can't get it out with your finger, just leave it in there and we'll get it once we pop the door card a bit. Now there's a little port in the center of the door. The reason that's there is so you can get a little lever in there and kind of just pop the little pressure clips. Once you get your fingers in there, then you can kind of run them around the outside of the door. Oh, here we go. Here, there's another Phillips head exposed on the outside. Use your little flat head and you can just pop that just there like that. Try not to lose that. Put it the center of the car, and you've obviously exposed that Phillips head now. Again, we're gonna make sure we don't lose any of these little plastic clips so that it all goes together well. Now, we should now be able to run our hand around the outside, further unclipping some more clips. There you go. And now it should, at this point, just be a simple up into the air motion. Oh, another one here. Same style again. There you go there. Phillips head. Hopefully that's a bit easier now. There you go there. Pops up into the air. And of course you've got your little plastic plugs on the back just to press the tabs down. Pulling them off one at a time, 1 and 2. Now you can see here guys, the master control switch is on the back of this panel, and it looks like it's going to probably be that Phillips head there to push this whole unit out, but we'll put it on a little table so that we can work on it a bit easier, and we'll get straight into it. Alrighty guys, so switch is there, we've got the door card off, put it face down on something that isn't going to damage it and scratch it up, and you've obviously now got your Parts Factory replacement switch here. Rip it out of the box. It's always good to have a quick look at the new part so that before we go any further, you can actually confirm that it's the same. You want to be looking at things such as the plug design and of course the actual physical structure itself. Obviously I'm confident in my own part, so we're good to proceed with this. Right, so I attempted pulling the switch out of the bevel without removing it, but it looks to be that you cannot. So the next step will be to actually remove, pull it up for you, this entire trim from the door card itself. It doesn't look like there's any plastic welding or anything, should still be straightforward. We're just gonna, one at a time, undo these Phillips head screws. We got 1, 2, 3. Got the main one here, looks to be 4. Maybe this one here, 5. Feel like that is all that's actually holding this whole thing in, and I am definitely right with that because that's popped out super easy. So now that you've got that piece, super straightforward, because all you need to do now, I've actually already unclipped these, but what I'll do for demonstration purposes, show exactly how you do something like this. See, these are just one-way pressure clips, but of course if you grab your flathead and you just pull up on that, you can see what I'll do is I'll use my thumb and I'll apply a constant pressure. You can just do one at a time and see how the switch is slowly letting go. See how it's popping out like that, and of course you've got to do it on the other side. And so what you do is you put your thumb or fingers in between that plastic so it doesn't simply pop straight back in on the other side. And yeah, of course we do the exact same thing here, applying that constant pressure, and obviously once they all let go, it pops out super duper easy, just like that. Alrighty guys, so before we continue, I just wanted to remind you, if this is the part that you need, obviously we've got it here at Parts Factory Australia. All the details are going to be in the bottom of the video, but I just wanted to show you here. This is the Parts Factory Australia replica. They are order on the right hand side for right hand drive vehicles. Be careful when you're shopping online. You might see ones for much cheaper prices, 30, 40 bucks, but I guarantee you it'll be auto on the left. It's not going to work. The internal structure of the switch will be different. Won't work for your car, so you can count that out straight away. But yeah, if it is something you're interested in, link in the bottom of the video, and as you can see, it's going to be direct plug and play, so we'll throw it in right now. I'm not going to put mine in, obviously, because there's actually nothing wrong with this switch, but obviously if your one's broken, you're doing it for a reason. So it's the exact same procedure in reverse. Switch in, but it's actually easier because you just literally press it in like that, because it is that one-way sort of setup. Got your flathead, get that out of the way. We're going to be sticking this back in here like this. Now at the top there's a little hook, so you want to bring it in, hook it in, and lower it into place, hopefully without breaking anything. There you go, there. Pops in nicely. Gently resting it back down. Obviously our little Phillips head screws. Now based on what I can see, they are all the exact same screw, so don't worry about putting any specific screw anywhere. We're going to put this one in here first. One, we've got one down here at the back. 2. We have this main one here. It's important that that one goes in. That'll stop the switch from pushing in if you ever get angry at the button. We've got this back one here, down here, behind this foam. We go there, and where was that last one? Oh, just along here. Okay guys, so it's now ready to put back the door card back on the car. Alrighty guys, you've got your new switch into the door card. It's now time to put the door card back on. As you're probably now already aware, same procedure but in reverse. Obviously you've got your 2 plugs on the back. 1, 2. Now when you're putting a door card back on, you always start from the top first, sliding it, because you'll realise basically that this ridge here sits inside of that ridge there, so you literally just got to kind of bend and fold it until you can get it to pop over the top. If you can't do it without taking this off, they just pop off like that. That way it's much easier just to bring it in, kind of rest it over the top. See how it sits there by itself, and now you can bring this cover back over, just making sure the wiring's the correct way. Popping that back into place, and that's sitting there like that. Now that it's obviously in line, there's a few clips around the edges. Sometimes what I like to do is just line up one of them, because if one of them's lining up, then the rest of them will have to be lining up. Even one side to the other. Yep, that's all lining up. You can just give it a nice hit around the edges, and the little clips clip into place. And sometimes I like to put this door handle cover over first, because if that's lining up, the little hole, then you know the door card is in the right position. Okay, so the rest is pretty self-explanatory. You have these two little caps that pop into place, and of course, little screws that follow closely after. Little Phillips head screws. Just bang it into there like that. Don't go too tight. Remember the little caps here. Same thing again. You've got the little cap there, which is a requirement. See if you can get it to sit there without holding it. And then obviously the little black screws. Should tighten down like that. Again, you've got that little cap that just pops in. 1, 2. Don't forget your one in a cigarette little pouch thing, or whatever you want to call it. Now, there's one over here, which is your larger silver screw. It's quite a sturdy one, that, and it also needs the little cap, as you'll remember from the beginning. It just pops into place like so. From memory, there was none around the outside. That's got to be popped in properly. The last one, the most important one, guys, little door handle one. Don't go too tight, otherwise you'll crack your plastic. You can't get them aftermarket. So that's all. That's it, guys. Pretty straightforward, really. About 20-minute job. So obviously now you make sure it's all working, but we know that this switch works. But yeah, go ahead and run the tests. And other than that, that's literally it. Alrighty, guys. Thanks for watching. If you have appreciated this video, I would love if you could give it at least a thumbs up. And if it's something you might be interested in the future, perhaps you're doing your own DIY repairs on your vehicles, or maybe you're a used car salesman, etc., etc., definitely worth subscribing to the channel, guys. Got a lot of content like this coming out in the future, and we're going to be doing a shit ton more in 2023. So yeah, stick around for that. Alrighty, guys, my name's Lucas. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.